rolled his eyes at the sound of Harley's voice. Puddin'. Joker cut his cold eyes to Frost. What the fuck she doing here? Frost lowered Pax as he answered. She wouldn't take no for an answer. Joker bounced up the front steps and grabbed tightly around Harley's arm. She squeaked with pain. Puddin'. Frost looked back to Pax and smiled at her as he held her shoulders. I hardly recognized you. Pax's smile faded as she heard Joker and Harley yelling in the foyer. The front door was flung open as they watched him drag her down the stairs. Time to go. Pax panicked. No, he just got here. Frost stepped back to let Joker and Harley by. He peeked Pax on the cheek and got into the driver's seat. Frost. He couldn't look at her out of sadness and anger. Harley pouted as she crossed her arms. Her mouth slightly dropped as she saw Joker gently grabbing Pax's arm to let her in. She sneered at the younger girl's figure and looks. Pax glanced back and saw Harley trace her fingertip across her neck with a sick smile. She laughed as Frost pulled out of the driveway. I hope you're happy now. Joker looked puzzled as her heard Pax speak. She really wants to kill me now. He shook his head. She won't touch you. Frost and I will make sure of that. He stood and watched her bounce up the front stairs and disappeared in the doorway. After an hour in his office, he was strolling around the house until he noticed movement on the back lawn. Pax was outside with a bucket of golf balls and a driver practicing her swing while smoking a cigar. He smirked when he heard her curse through her teeth as she hit a wad of dirt. She jumped as he spoke. You're looking up too soon. Pax stood straight as he approached. I borrowed these. Hope you don't mind. She took another swing and smiled as she watched the ball fly. Her breath hitched as she felt his hands around her waist. Your follow-through is too stiff. Relax as you swing. He had pressed her back to his chest and placed his hands over hers. He slightly swayed back and forth as he helped her with her follow-through. They hit the ball together and watched it fly. Pax smirked, but it quickly disappeared as she noticed he didn't let go of her waist. Wanna try another one? Pax wiggled her hips out of his grasp as she turned to face him and removed her cigar as she spoke. Your turn. Joker lightly grabbed the 9-iron and her cigar and placed it between his lips. He looked down as he lined up his shot. Smoking's a nasty habit. He stroked a perfect shot. He turned to her and puffed out rings of smoke towards her. She bit her bottom lip as she smirked. We should go play sometime. Joker smiled as he handed her the cigar and watched her puff. I used to play all the time. Pax exhaled to the side. What happened? Joker turned and did a more forceful stroke. Not what, but fucking who? Pax strolled over and placed the cigar in his mouth and took the driver. My turn. He watched as she perfectly hit the ball. He studied the middle of her fit torso as she twisted during the shot. I could watch that all day, he thought to himself. He jumped out of his daydream as he realized she was calling his name. I'm sorry, what did you say? I said we should play sometime. Frost could come too. She was smiling an innocent smile. Joker showed his silver teeth. I'll arrange it. Chapter 10. Pax twisted her torso as she held her club behind her back. She smirked as she admired Joker's black vizier, polo shirt and black dress slacks that had light shimmering pinstripes. His golf shoes was the best. They had silver shiny spikes on the top. Joker slightly cut his eyes to Pax as she stretched. He smirked at their previous conversation on the way over. When he first saw her this morning, he chuckled. You look like a cupcake. I'm going to fucking change. She turned away but was stopped as he pulled her out to the car. What I meant to say is that you look good enough to eat. Pax didn't look at him as he drove. And you look deranged as usual. He nodded towards her. Why thank you. Joker eased through the security gate to the Gotham Elite. He was surprised to see Harley and Frost already there waiting. Harley was dressed in her usual slut wear. Joker scoffed at her appearance. What the hell are you wearing? Harley swayed with her hands on her hips. I thought Frost was joking about our plans. Frost pinched between his eyes. It's fucking daylight. Why would I? Jesus. Joker strolled up to two young men in caddy uniforms. Which one of you is coming with us? Harley strolled up and placed her hands in a Tata position. Now don't fight over me. Both boys shoved one another to get to the cart that Pax was already sitting on. Harley growled as she watched the more handsome bigger one shove the smaller caddy off. Well, that settles that. Joker strolled and got behind the wheel of Pax's cart. Harley bounced up on his side and grabbed his arm. Puddin'. I thought we were going to play together. Joker roughly pulled his arm from her grasp. and risk her and Frost to make a break for it. Harley stepped back as his cart sped off with the caddy smiling on the back doing a salute to her. She growled and stomped her foot. Frost pulled up and she hopped on the cart and headed for their tea location. Pax turned around as she felt the caddy tap her on the shoulder. Hi. Hi. Pax couldn't help but smile back. What's your name? The cart came to a screeching halt as Joker slammed on the brakes. He growled in a low tone as he turned around. Mind your business, and don't talk to her. Joker rolled his eyes as soon as he had turned around and heard the man speak. Why? Because I'll kill ya. Joker said as he turned back to the caddy with a fake smile. The cart jolted again as they made their way to their tea location. Pax went to grab her club bag but was cut off by the caddy. Allow me. Pax blushed as she tucked a strand of hair behind her ear. She heard Joker growl as he walked behind her. She could feel his eyes burning in the back of her skull. Joker motioned to Pax. Ladies first. What ladies? Pax took a perfect swing. Well done. The caddy clapped until Joker pointed his driver at him. Joker shrugged his shoulders as he eased into his stance, and swung perfectly. He smiled as he turned to a smiling Pax as she clapped. He took a bow, then tossed his driver to the unprepared caddy. As they made it to their next stop, Pax lightly grabbed Joker's arm. Stop the cart. Stop the cart. Joker did, and the trio watched as a frightened caddy was being chased by Harley with a 9-iron. Pax put her hand over her mouth as she imitated a Kentucky Derby announcer. And they're off. Scared Shitless is in the lead. But wait. Daddy's little monster is quickly gaining. Oh, what's this? Johnny B. Good is easing up to Daddy's little monster. Can he catch her? Yes. Scared Shitless has crossed the finish line as Johnny B. Good and Daddy's little monster is out of the race. Joker was stomping his foot as the caddy wiped tears as they laughed at her narration. Frost and Harley was still rolling on the green fighting. Pax smirked to the side. Can't take the damn kids anywhere. Well, shall we? Joker was still laughing as he pressed the gas. We shall. Later, Harley lined up her shot in Pax's direction as she focuses on her putting green. 4. Pax barely had time to look up as Joker tackled her out of the ball's way. Harley growled furiously as Joker laid on top of a pinned Pax. Joker heaved as he looked down to her frightened expression. You okay, Pax? Nodded as she tried to catch her breath. Joker helped her up and helped dust her off. Oh, did poor baby have a fall? Harley cackled. Her smile disappeared as Joker angrily stomped to her. She took steps back to try to match his. The caddy eased up to Pax as they watched them fight. So, you look pretty normal. What are you doing with these crooks? Pax didn't look away from the scene. Oh no, I murder people every night, but in my sleep. The caddy nodded as he chuckled. And my usual victim is right there. Pax pointed to the couple. Is he mean to you? Pax turned a questionable brow to him. Oh no, I meant her. She's the devil. So, you're not with him or the other big guy. Pax slightly threw her head back as she couldn't contain a straight face as she spoke. Oh no, I'm not with them. I mean, look how miserable they make each other. Can't you tell they're in love? Joker heard her and the caddy chuckling as he huffed over. Pax was caught off guard by the caddy's request. Gimme your number. Pax snapped her eyes to his. Why? The caddy's smile eased. I would really like to take you out sometime. Pax looked down and stuttered as she spoke. Joker growled. She's unattainable. Pax squeezed her eyes shut as he spoke. Caddy boy, you're switching with Harley. Frost put the other on the back. Frost heaved Harley's poor caddy on the back of Joker's cart with his hands and feet tied and a towel stuffed in his mouth. Pax waved to her old caddy as they sped off. Pax sighed at the peace and quiet. All in all, I'm having a good time. Joker lifted his arm to rest it behind her as he drove as he whistled. I wanna know. Joker continued to look straight ahead. What's that cupcake? Pax looked up to him as he drove. Was it really necessary to hijack the entire country club? We could have just rented all the tea times. Getting in here is murder. Besides, where is the fun if you do it normal? He smirked down to her. That's too true. Joker smiled as he playfully rubbed her shoulder as he squeezed her to his side.